For this one today I'm using Tempting Turquoise and I'm using the Sweet Soiree DSP. I'm using the back of this green foiled one, or the reverse side that's not foiled, and it's because it's got the Tempting Turquoise in it. It's got a bit of, looks like Daffodil Delight, Dapper Denim, Old Olive, I think, maybe. There's a couple of greens in there, I think. So anyway, gives you lots of colours that you can use. So to start off with then, I'm just going to start off with a piece that's 9 by 6 of the Tempting Turquoise cardstock. And then I've got a few bits and bobs here which I'll measure later. I'm just going to deal with getting this trimmed and folded first. So what we need to do to measure 2 inches first, okay, and put a little, I mean, we can draw a whole line down there and make that the reverse if we want. And then at the other end we want to be measuring 1 inch, okay, and draw that down there. And then we want to be measuring a 1/2 inch. Then what we want to do is pop it in at 1.5 inches, and then just cut between those 2 lines that we've drawn. So if you can get that on, it's a little bit difficult for me to do when I can't see from this angle, and just cut between those 2 lines, okay, at 1.5, and then turn it around and do the same thing again. Cut between those 2 lines at 1.5, okay. And then what we need to do is we need to score. I'm going to put my cutting blade to the bottom and I'm going to use this board to score with. We need to be scoring at 4.5, and that score line needs to just be up to the cut mark, and then don't cut through the middle bit, don't score through the middle bit, and then up to where we've cut on the other side, okay, make sure it does go up to there. And then these next score lines are only going to be in the middle, okay. So let's turn it round again. So we've got the 1 inch side on this side, and put it in again at 1 inch, and now we're just going to score between the cut lines, okay, where we've cut, and we're just going to score there. We're not going to go beyond that, we're just going to score in there. And then, I couldn't see it to be honest, and then we're going to move it to 2, and we're going to score again between the 2 lines that we've cut. Not going to go any further. And then we're going to move it again to 3.5, and we're going to cut score again, okay. And then we're going to move it to 5, and we're going to cut again, okay. And then we're going to move it, turn it around, and we're going to cut on this 2 inch line. I'm just going to score inside those lines that we've cut, okay. But this is where our card folds, so these are going to be the top. So fold and burnish those. Still see my stamping from yesterday. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to concertina these. So we're going to fold back, first one down, the second one forward, the next one down, and the next one forward. So we end up with this shape. And then we're going to just burnish all of those score lines and get it nice, and go in and burnish the underside as well, so we get it all nice and smooth done. And there you can see that's your card. So what we need is we need 2 pieces that measure 1 7/8 by 4 3/8, and they go on the sides here. And then, so 2 of those. And then we need a strip that measures 7/8 by 2 7/8, which is going to go at the front. A strip that measures 1 3/8 by 2 7/8, which will go in the next step. And then we need a strip that measures 1 7/8 by 2 6/8, so 3/4. And that'll go in the back there, okay? So they're all going to be stuck on now. I'm going to use some Tombow. And like I think I'm not sure if I said already, but just erase your pencil marks at the sides where there's only an 1/8 that you're going to see. And then so that's looking quite pretty already. So I think what I'm going to do now, I'm going to use some of this ribbon, and then I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to die cut using Daffodil Delight. I think I'm going to die cut a butterfly to stick on the back there, and possibly smaller butterflies to stick here, and I'm just in here, and I'm going to put my sentiment across here, I think. So put my ribbon down the sides like that. So I'm going to have to cut it perfectly to match this piece of DSP. Now the best way for me to do that is to just get my Tombow, because that's what I'm going to stick my ribbon on with, and I'm just going to put it down in a strip down the edge there. And then I'm going to lay my ribbon on top of it. See, ideally I would have put it in and wrapped it around the edge, but it's an afterthought, so I'm having to do the best I can now. And then just trim that off. And trim it off, and it should trim off quite well because I haven't got any glue. I've only got to put the glue onto the cards, onto the DSP. Okay, so as long as you are careful. And again, just going to leave a tiny bit of that edge showing, and then snip off that little end. Oops, just cut through my nail. And slide it up if you're not sure, and then cut off that end. And there we have a couple of bits. What I'm going to do is I'm going to die cut a couple of butterflies, and I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to make it I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use a sentiment from this again. I think next time you think of wonderful things, don't forget to count yourself, and that's going to go across there, and I'm just going to put that on a couple of layers of cardstock. take this and pop that like that, so you can just see that little glimmer paper shining. What I'm going to do the butterflies, and then I'm going to see where we're at. Okay, so I'm going to just go and cut out this butterfly. Right, so I'm back again, and I've got these bits and bobs, and I thought it might be nice to stick something on there. So I think I'm going to stamp a little flower or something into there. And then I've got these flowers, these butterflies, so I think I'm going to just stick that one into the back there. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a bit of Wink of Stella, and I'm just going to just brush it really liberally over that butterfly, just to give it a bit of something. And then you could always stick a little diamond or something in its top of its head. And look at that. How lovely is that as the finished card? It's really pretty. Definitely need, for sure, we need a little diamante there. So I'm just going to do that. So I think that is beautiful. I mean, I think we could perhaps have had this as a green one, or we could have a blue butterfly or something, but I really do like that. I think it's a really, really pretty card. And when you see the photograph of it standing up from the front, you'll see it's so simple and it's so pretty. So I hope you enjoyed that one, and that is the last one now. That's 7. I've done 7 in this sort of fun fold, unusual fold series, and I'm going to call that a day because I want to start my Valentine's week project. I'll call that a day. Thank you, bye bye.